Hello everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to discuss everything you need to know about Titanic. So without any further ado, let's get started. The Titanic was a British passenger liner that famously sank on its maiden voyage in the early 20th century. Here's a brief history of the Titanic. Construction and design. The idea for the Titanic and its sister ships, Olympic and Britannic, came from the White Star Line, a prominent British shipping company. The White Star Line sought to build 3 luxurious and technologically advanced ocean liners to compete with other major transatlantic shipping companies. The design and construction of the Titanic began on March 31, 1909, at the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast, Northern Ireland, under the supervision of naval architect Thomas Andrews. The Titanic was designed to be the largest and most opulent ship of its time. It boasted a length of about 882 feet 9 inches, 269 meters, and a gross tonnage of approximately 46,328 tons. The ship was divided into 16 watertight compartments, and it was believed to be practically unsinkable. Launch and testing. After nearly 2 years of construction, the Titanic was launched from slipway number 3 at the Harland and Wolff shipyard on May 31, 1911. The launch was a significant event, and thousands of spectators gathered to witness the impressive ship being released into the River Lagan. Following the launch, the Titanic underwent extensive testing and outfitting to prepare for its maiden voyage. Maiden voyage. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic embarked on its maiden voyage from Southampton, England, bound for New York City, USA. It made stops at Cherbourg, France, and Queenstown, now COBH, Ireland, to pick up additional passengers. On board were approximately 2,224 people, including passengers and crew. The Titanic was celebrated for its luxurious amenities, which included grand dining rooms, swimming pools, a gymnasium, Turkish baths, and opulent cabins for first-class passengers. The ship's interior decor was lavish, featuring ornate woodwork, elegant furniture, and luxurious textiles. Tragedy strikes. On the night of April 14, 1912, while the Titanic was sailing through the North Atlantic, the ship's lookout, Frederick Fleet, spotted an iceberg ahead at around 11:40 p.m. ship's time. Despite swift action by the crew to change course and slow down the engines, the Titanic struck the iceberg on its starboard side, causing damage to the ship's hull below the waterline. The collision caused the rivets holding the hull plates together to pop, and several compartments were breached, allowing water to flood into the ship. The Titanic's design, with 16 watertight compartments, was meant to make it able to stay afloat even if 4 compartments were flooded. However, the iceberg had breached 5 of these compartments, exceeding the ship's capacity to remain buoyant. Sinking. As water flooded the compartments, the bow of the ship began to sink lower into the water. The crew and officers attempted to launch the lifeboats to evacuate passengers and crew, but there were not enough lifeboats to accommodate everyone on board. The lack of adequate lifeboat capacity was a result of the prevailing maritime regulations that were based on the ship's tonnage, rather than the number of passengers. As the situation became more dire, passengers and crew faced a scramble for the limited lifeboat spots. The "women and children first" policy was largely followed, resulting in many men sacrificing their spots to ensure the safety of women and children. The ship's stern rose out of the water as the bow sank deeper. Rescue and casualties. The nearby RMS Carpathia, a Cunard Line passenger ship, received distress signals from the Titanic and immediately steamed to its aid. Despite the prompt response, the Carpathia arrived at the scene around 4 a.m., more than an hour after the Titanic had sunk. Over 1,500 people lost their lives in the disaster, including passengers and crew from all classes. The majority of the casualties were from third-class steerage passengers, who were located farthest from the lifeboats and had the least access to information about the unfolding situation. Investigations and repercussions. The sinking of the Titanic sparked investigations in both the United States and the United Kingdom. The inquiries sought to determine the causes of the disaster and the lessons that could be learned to improve maritime safety. The investigations revealed several contributing factors to the disaster, including the failure to adequately spot icebergs, the inadequate number of lifeboats, lack of lifeboat drills, and the high-speed navigation in icy waters. These findings led to significant changes in maritime regulations and practices, aimed at enhancing the safety of future voyages. Legacy. The sinking of the Titanic had a profound impact on the maritime industry and public consciousness. It became a symbol of human hubris and a cautionary tale about the dangers of underestimating nature's forces. The disaster also highlighted the importance of safety precautions, such as regular safety drills, the implementation of modern navigation aids, and the need for sufficient lifeboats on all passenger ships. The story of the Titanic continues to captivate people's imaginations, and it has inspired numerous books, documentaries, and films. Many expeditions have been undertaken to explore the wreckage on the ocean floor, shedding further light on the tragedy and the lives lost that fateful night. Today, artifacts from the Titanic are preserved in museums, serving as reminders of the ship's grandeur and the human cost of its sinking. The legacy of the Titanic endures as a reminder of the importance of respecting the forces of nature and prioritizing safety in all maritime endeavors. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more content like this. Share this video with your friends and family, and let's spread the knowledge.